Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to our Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as Brittany. We last left our nation. We were helping Burgundy invade the Empire. We're waiting for our opportunity to invade France again. We could do that in January. Let's take a look at what France is working with in an army. They really don't have much of one. 26,000 troops, 16,000 of which are mercs, so I'm hoping that they fight these rebels and then get rid of their mercs, leaving them with a very small army. Okay, 100% war score. Yeah, so they're downsizing. So now they only have 14,000 men. So that's what we like to see. Okay, they are going to be making some more. Come on. End this war. You told us the truce was over. Okay, so we could bring in Burgundy and the papacy. We can get Castile if we promise them land. I like it. Let's move through here. We can hopefully kill off a few troops and hit them while they're weak. I don't want them to have an army running around. Am I gonna get here in time? No, not really. Okay, let's fall back. Burgundy owes us 4 favors, great. And we're going to go for each of these provinces that border us. So consolidate those. Let's get north. Okay, let's pull off some unnecessary troops. Send them up to Berry. And these guys up to Orléans. Now our contribution should be pretty high, 21%. Yeah. So even losing that battle was helpful to us, because it means that we have to give Castile less stuff. Guess we'll go down here. Ooh. That could have gone better for us. So 4 units. We're not going to get a 112, so we're getting a 525. And a church. Okay, they are going to kill some of our troops here if we don't get out of there. That's annoying. Okay, go and wipe out those French troops for us, please. Thank you. And we're getting rid of some of that war exhaustion. Okay, finally. So, march north. We'll sit on Paris that we know that we're not leaving. And let our allies siege out other people, the minor participants in the war. Hopefully we can take their cash. Again, the English are fighting in the War of the Roses. And one of the worst things that could happen to us is if somebody like Castile or Austria gets the Burgundian inheritance. That would not be pleasant. Okay, Utrecht has been occupied. Let's go ahead and take all their cash. Well, Flanders doesn't want it, so we'll get war reparations and end their alliances. Best of luck, guys. We can get some cash here as well. So now we've got a nice war chest. I think we can even afford to get some advisors. And let's try to encourage Renaissance. It'll finish on its own. And then we'll just need some money to embrace it. Okay, I'm thinking we could just piece them out separately once our army is destroyed. Although, I'm in no rush. Could potentially take their cash. See how much money do they have? We would only get 54 of it if we take any of their money. Let's just piece them out. Okay, it leaves us with 100 war score. We're gonna have to give Comet Devil's Kith and Kin. We're gonna have to give something to Castile. Castile doesn't want it, so they just joined the war. Burgundy doesn't want any land. That's too much. Looking at that, only 3 people will be upset. We can... Let's actually see if we can wreck them more. We can give a province to England. I don't want to do that. We could... essentially kick some of these countries out. Costs us a little bit of diplo, but we'll split their country in half. I don't think we need this fort. We do need to give our nobility something. There you go, nobility. Manpower reserves need to recover, sure. Burgundy's now great power. And I'm wondering if we could vassalize any of these. No. We'd ally them, but mostly it was just there to weaken France. We could get 6 more units troops. Why don't we try to get our institution first? I'm not even sure if I want to pay much for it. We can let it spread naturally. We've waited this long. Okay, why don't we get this improve relations guy, because we need to shed some of this aggressive expansion if we're going to opportunistically beat up on some more people when we get the opportunity. That's redundant, but you know what I mean. Once truces have expired, rather. Be the more elegant and less redundant way of saying it. I lost our theologian, but we're going to get a new one. He's useful to us. Okay, we can get some more claims. And let's top off relations with some of our allies. See about trust and favors. These 3 countries like us quite a bit, unless we do something to offend them. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about the start. I mean, I think we're not quite as tough as France, because they have better national ideas. And they'll have low autonomy. Probably better tech. We've certainly got a better diplomatic position than them. We can't quite annex them in the next war. But we could take half their country in it, I'm sure. Advancement of nobility, that is not good. Except for some of their stuff expired, fortunately. Let's go to Diplo support. They'll get a positive again. Same with that. Okay, 183 from bracing. This is about to be added in. We can get 2 more ships and 6 more land troops. Has such high development. Yeah, let's take that as an accepted culture. Okay, Burgundy, Castile. Let's prove relations here. And there. And now Savoy is no longer hostile, despite wanting this a little bit. Okay. Not quite comfortable passing this. Could certainly do something to give them more influence. $139. Eventually we'll move our center of trade to Paris and push trade from Bordeaux there. Or maybe down here. It's funny that oh, what's going on there? Let me check. Lost internet connection. Let me see if a cat pulled that out. Yeah, you sound guilty. That's what I was thinking. Whoops. Sorry. Didn't mean to knock those over on you. Okay. Sorry, bud. Let me get those cans away from you. I should have cans on my desk. Okay. So Cat has decided that while it's cold out, he's prefers to sleep right behind the computer so that the fan blows out warm air. Again, miniature heater for him. But occasionally he'll lie on the Ethernet cable, pull it out, and that's what we experienced. And then I'll reach over to plug it back in and knock empty cans on top of him. We could seek the support of the clergy and get some I should have got more influence. Just have it. But that's enough to get this one coring. Not Orléanais, though. They're guaranteed by Savoy. They're warned by Savoy. Okay, that'll be good for our economy. Let's buddy up to Savoy a little bit more, now that we don't have any existential threats at the moment. Wondering how much debt they have. Okay, is anything about to get added? This is 80. How fast is it growing? So we'd have to wait like another 2 years. No, that's unacceptable. Because we're behind on all kinds of tech. We're going to stay behind here. In fact, let's go ahead and set that. Okay, we gain 10 loyalty. Our theologian dies. We get 10 papal influence, so I'm gonna have to do it. Can't afford Inquisitor. Let's top off relations with Austria again. We really should save up for getting that cord. Okay, they're going to be loyal in another 5 months or so. 6 months. Gonna claim there, there, and there. Relations are good. Let's top off relations with Portugal. Oh, Savoy would be a valid rival. Who would that upset? Austria, potentially. How's Austria feel about us? Oh, they don't care. And we're going to send them an insult. I can't believe France attacked them while they were still in the Empire after we already hurt them. That was just so dumb. Their air is fertile. I could say it, I'm in. 525. That's pretty sexy. Obviously not in a 15-year-old. I mean, the stats. Stats. That's what we're talking about. Okay, these guys are advancing rapidly. And that's 35,000 that could rise up. We definitely don't want to face them all at once. Of course, we could increase autonomy. That'd be one way of dealing with them. I'll start diplomat. So I'm making a little bit of cash, but we don't have the cash on hand to get an advisor up here. Okay, we do have to start paying our troops. That's a pretty good general. For early game, low army tradition. Start paying this fort. And let's keep our relations with our best ally maxed out. One thing I haven't made sure that I've done is given all of our allies military access. Obviously, in times of war, they don't need it. It improves our relations by 10, so I should have it on all of them. Okay, so we're likely going to see an uprising here in the south. These are the least likely. So let's get this guy down south. Buddy up to England. They're friendly towards us. Let's improve those relations for now. Because we do have like 50 aggressive expansion against them. Yeah, 54. Now let's get better military tech. We wish to hire the engineer. Yeah, we do. Worry about that loan later. Maybe I should have gotten another unit of cavalry instead of that ship. Let's drop this down a couple months, unless this goes up to 90. It's dangerous. Probably not smart. Let's put it up to Milan a little bit, just because they're nearby. One more month. Grab that. Ugh. Well, we can. Now we have to do this. And we'll sort out that issue later. For now, we're getting the troops we need. We're paying our troops. We'll be at our force limit. And once we put down these rebels, we can stop paying our troops and we'll recover some cash. Don't want any more troops than this because this is going to be hard to pay for. I'm actually hoping that somebody will try to pay off our debt. There's a coalition against Poland. I must have taken too much stuff up here. Oh yeah. Wonder what they did. Strange. Usually don't see coalitions against Poland this early. Okay, French separatists in Poitou. Yeah, we can let them rise up because we can move over there. Actually, it's here. I was thinking Anjou. Fort. Okay, let's move over there and try to kill them if they rise. Or potentially just suppress them down if they don't. Take that, just for a little bit of economic ability. And we can go ahead and do that. Okay, do we want to lose legitimacy to get mercantilism? Yeah, I guess. It'll make us money. It's a permanent bonus. And all legitimacy is going to do is make these guys rise up a little bit more quickly. And then we can start worrying about paying off our debt. But once the rebellions are over, I don't think we could justify paying this guy. He's disciplined, so we could definitely do it right now. Okay, clergy wants more land. Could potentially give him this. Maybe not. It's really high development. If we gave this to him, yeah. Brings down the rebel chance a little bit. Okay, at least these French separatists are going away. Okay, the army tradition. Okay, French separatists are going away. Orléanais. Stop paying this fort. Stop paying for this guy. Let's get caught up on tech a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna have to move this army down south again. We'll get rid of these rebels first. And when can we get cash? Next year. It's only 33 ducats. That could come in really handy. Try and pay off a loan. It's 10% of our debt. Ugh. No. Man, our prestige is low now. Okay, 6 years before we can invade France. And I think we're going to use these points to increase our prestige, because that's going to hurt us. Remember, it ties to aggressive expansion impact and better relations over time, or now called improved relations. Okay, the rebels are gone for the moment. So we're going to drop down that army maintenance to practically nothing and try to pay off some debt before the rebels start reorganizing. Should only take a month or two. Okay, Milan. And let's top off relations with the Pope again. And now we have to trust Mara. Thankfully, we didn't fall into our personal union or anything, but we really do need to strengthen this. Okay, we got a royal marriage. We can't have one there. It's just these two. Okay. And this one is going to be, again, Gabe. Fortunately, we don't have any subjects. That malevolent isn't going to bother us at all. Well, tongue-tied at the moment. Okay, let's get some cash. We're not at 50 any longer. We need to let this move upward. Siege ability? Yeah, I'll take it. Wonder how France is doing. Well, they've gotten allies again. 20 prestige, I like that. That came in really handy. And the date we're looking for is 83, June of 83, so 5 years. Wouldn't make any sense to start building up spy power or anything. Let's put it up with Hungary, I guess. That's good for our economy. Prove legitimacy, sure. .2 because of our low prestige. Kind of pitiful. Okay, we didn't get very far in improving relations, so let's start that up again. And we owe 168. And I think we gotta get our military tech up before we increase our legitimacy too much more. That can be a long-term goal to get it high. As our prestige goes up, our legitimacy will go up. Okay, so we need 88 ducats minus whatever interest we pay off. Again, we need a little bit more loyalty. If we can give them some influence, get them above 50, so that they give us more cash, that would also be ideal. €84. Plus interest. Let's keep an eye on our time. It feels like it's been a while. Yeah, it has. 41 minutes. I think I'm going to stop here, and I'll start this up again, maybe tomorrow. So thank you for watching. This has been another Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as Brittany. If you like this, please consider liking the video and or subscribing to my channel. And thank you for watching.